So I've been on a mission to find a way to clone myself, and I think I figured it out. It's going to be a strategic marketing roadmap workbook. So basically takes everything that I've learned in the last 12 years of being a marketing leader and breaks it down into 6 modules to help anybody DIY what I do. And the reason I wanted to do this is because I want to work with as many people as possible. I want to help as many as people as possible, and I am only one person. So how do I make that scalable? And then also, how do I make it accessible to everybody? Because not everybody has a budget to work with a marketing leader. So, how do we make it to where the price point makes sense for everyone and they can get something valuable out of it? So, I'm going to walk you through a little preview of what this workbook looks like to A, get some feedback. This is in a testing mode right now. I'm just trying to gather data, understand A, is this valuable? B, would people buy this? C, what would you add to it to make it more valuable? So, if you watch this video and have some thoughts afterwards, I would love to hear them. But here's a little sneak peek. So, 6 modules, like I said. Module 1 is going to be a deep dive audit of your marketing team and your tech stack. So, understanding what tools and resources are making sense for you right now, what needs to be cut and eliminated, what needs to be added, and just really getting a general understanding of what's working for you and what's not. Module 2 is going to be market and competitive analysis. So, how do we understand who our competitors are? What exercises do we need to do to deeply understand that outside of what we can get from a Google? Then module 3 is very similar. It's the same as that competitive analysis exercise, but focusing on who your ideal customer is and what their customer journey looks like specific to your business. So, what does their first interaction with you look like? All the way down to every single individual step that has to happen until they become a repeat and loyal raving fan. Then number 4 is probably one of my personal favorites because marketing teams can tend to get distracted. There are a lot of competing priorities, and sometimes you have this beautiful marketing plan that maps out everything that you need to do in an entire year, but it's hard to know where to start first. And there's pressure from executive leaders who are wanting to see, hey, we've invested in this time to build this marketing plan. Now, what are we doing in the first 90 days to get the most bang for our buck? What are we implementing first? What's going to make the most impact that we can take action on right away? That helps you break that down. Module number 5 is going to be helping you measure what matters. So, how do you determine the right KPIs to match with your executive team's business objectives? How do you put that all into a dashboard? And then, how do you review it and make sure that you're staying on top of it so that you're constantly iterating throughout the year to make your marketing more optimized and make sure that it's constantly improving as the year goes on? And then module number 6 is going to be the AI advantage. So, this is something I think we desperately need right now. There are tons of cool AI tools and features coming out, and people are deciding, man, if I just upgraded this, it would solve all my problems like a fairy godmother. But the reality of it is, not every AI tool is going to be the right fit for you, and not every AI tool is going to make sense for your budget. So, how do you prioritize that list to select the right tools and then implement them efficiently? So I'm going to go break these down a little bit further to give you more detail about what each of them includes. They're all comprised of templates, which are typically Google Sheets or Google Docs, and then AI prompts. So prompts you can copy and paste into any LLM to get all of this information and be very focused as you're doing it. So, module number 1 is that marketing team and tech stack assessment. This is going to give you the templates you need to get complete visibility into what marketing channels are working for you and which ones aren't, what marketing tech stack tools are benefiting your team and which ones probably aren't, slash, need to be replaced or upgraded or modified to fit your needs. And then a team assessment. So, who is on your marketing bench? Like what team players you have on your bench? What team players are missing? Which ones need further skills developed to enhance what you're doing on the day to day? And then module number 2, so competitive landscape. A lot of people will, do a little bit of Googling, maybe try to AI prompt their way to getting there. But this is actually taking stuff that I've learned from working with marketing executives, CEOs, COOs, how they actually take this approach and showing you how to build a competitive analysis matrix, how to get a positioning statement built, how to engineer these AI prompts so that it actually gives you unique research to your business model, to your specific goals. And this gets into the nitty gritty of all of those things. Now, module number 3 is getting into your ideal customer persona. So, this is beyond building buyer persona templates. This is really understanding their psychographics, demographics, core motivations, where they shop, where they eat, what their hobbies are, what their pain points are, what drives them crazy, what is bringing them lots of joy. All of that is uncovered through these and their customer journey. So, what does that journey look like specific to your business from the first interaction they ever have with you into every little notch that has to happen on the timeline from that first interaction to the last to where they become that repeat customer. And having full visibility of this will really give you some aha moments as you're developing things for your marketing campaigns. Then the 90-day action plan. So I've delivered marketing plans to leadership teams, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing, but it's so overwhelming. My executive leaders want me to get something implemented as fast as possible because we paid all of this money to get this marketing plan developed. So, how do we get the most out of it in the first 90 days? This exercise is going to help you figure out how to do that. Then measuring what matters. So setting KPIs seems like okay, we know what a KPI is. We know what our marketing goals are, but do you really? Do you know what marketing goals match up with your business objectives that would make your leadership team smile and make them excited? And do you know how to aggregate all of that data into a marketing dashboard so it's easy to read and take away things from it? And then, are you actually doing the exercise of sitting down with your team on a regular basis to review this dashboard? And then, when you sit down to review it, how do you actually implement what you've learned from the dashboard? This module walks you through that. And then the last one, the AI advantage. So, how do we get a prioritized list of AI use cases for what we're trying to do? How do we evaluate and select the right AI tools that are a good fit for our budget and our goals? And then, how do we guide our team on using these AI tools and implementing them so after we purchase them, we make sure we're getting the most out of them? So that's the workbook, and you could either purchase individual modules based on what you're trying to solve or a whole bundle of all of them. And then if you think to yourself, man, I was watching this thinking I'd be into the DIY idea, but I actually really think I need some more hands on support because realistically, I may purchase this and I may not actually sit down and do the effort of walking my team through this or going through it myself. And that's where hiring me on as a fractional CMO would make sense because I will actually take these templates, sit down with you, get them done, and make sure they're done in a timeline that makes sense so that you can hit the ground running. So, whether you want to DIY or you want to hire a leader like myself to implement these things for you, it's a great alternative. And I think that it would be very interesting to see what your thoughts are on it. So, we'd love to hear from you in the comments via direct message or we'd set up a Zoom call, whatever you'd like. Thanks for your time and attention.